Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie, part 2. It is, oh dear, Sunday the 18th.
Yes, Sunday the 18th.
Wow. And when this airs, you and Jim will be in Florida at the Stampin' Up! Incentive Get a trip.
Yes, today actually is the day that the incentive trip ends, and we're staying a few extra days. So
That's right.
it
That
is a
is
transition day. I'm excited. We're staying a couple more days down on the coast on the ocean side, and
good deal.
yeah,
That'll be exciting. So in now when this airs, my husband and I will be in Champaign staying with Julie and Jim's two youngest. So it'll be pretty exciting. A couple days before her birthday, so we'll have to figure some things out there and
yeah.
yeah. So we'll have to see what she would like to do. I can't believe it.
I know she'll be 15 this year.
I know. That's what I can't believe. I tell people that and they look at me and go, "What?" I know. Anyway, growing too fast.
Yep.
But I hope you guys are having a wonderful time down there. So, yeah, I'm just glad we were able to film at least part 2 together. I know we're filming this way early, obviously, because Julie and Jim are getting up super duper early to head out to catch their flight. So I wasn't sure whether we were going to be able to make this work. So um, at least for part 2, she can join me. So I'm grateful for that. All right. I'm going to flip to my desktop and get started. All right. So we are in the annual catalog. Yay. I'm so happy we get to open it. When I first looked at this catalog, this sucker just jumped right out at me. This is so me. It's not even funny. So it's beautiful gallery is the suite. It's like a mega suite, but these samples are absolutely gorgeous all the way around. The designer series paper is hand painted by our artists and they're fabulous. I actually honed in on this one. And so I'm casing my project from this, but it's not this. So it'll be using some of the elements, but not it's different. But that's where I got the inspiration from it. So if we flip over, because there's several pages to this, you can see that there's two bundles, beautiful motifs and gallery blooms. There is an embossing folder. There are embellishments. There's ribbon. There's the stunning, stunning paper. At least I think it is. And even more samples. So yeah, man, just so much. Oh, that flips to something else. But yeah, so you have 6 pages of product to look at and drool over. I mean, they're just wonderful. Anyway, I've been playing. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to move it out of the way and start with beautiful motifs. And I haven't even finished putting this on magnet sheets and everything. This is a photopolymer stamp set. It's a set of 10. It's got this kind of squiggly. It's got this, I don't know, Victorian looking motif
It
here.
kind of looks like it matches the damask embossing folder.
Yes, I think so. And we have a mixed font, lots of greetings, wishing you love and happiness that lasts a lifetime. Just a note, hello, thinking of you, celebrate. I'm here for you always. Thank you for everything, and you've been on my mind. And the dies that go with that are these. It's a set of, I want to say 5. Yeah, there's 5 to this. And so it just almost like fleur-de-lis-ish with some leaves. And this one actually doesn't cut it all the way out. So it kind of has some elements that kind of lift up off the page, I guess. If that makes sense. I don't know. Then we have gallery blooms. Oh, shoot, sorry. Beautiful flowers, like almost like pen and ink kind of sketched flowers. I'm not sure what these are. I'm not a gardener. I think these might be peonies. This almost looks like Queen Anne's lace, which is actually, I believe, a weed.
Well, I mean, I don't think that Queen Anne's lace is not a weed, but there is a weed that looks similar
Oh,
to
okay.
Queen Anne's lace.
Oh, okay.
Um, I don't know flowers, so
Yeah.
those
So
look like
correct
big
us,
peonies.
please.
I think on the left, maybe.
Peonies? Yeah, I think so.
Um, but yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
I had some of these at our 50th anniversary party. That's why I
Oh,
recognize those.
okay.
This is also photopolymer. It's a set of five. And obviously it's meant to coordinate with the beautiful motifs. This set of dies is like 13. Oh, let's see, they're falling all over the place. So we have some frames and three other images here, along with these die cut out the flowers, and there's some extra leaves. Um, so I've got to get these on before I start losing them. I've got to get them squared away ASAP. Okay, let's look at this paper. Oh, gorgeous. Isn't it gorgeous? The B side too kind of carries over that same theme. This I love, this little farmhouse home by a little river and some of the other buildings and some just kind of wash stuff. This is pretty. I've used a couple sheets of this up already.
I love that one.
I do too. And a map. This seems just kind of like random to me. There's this map. I don't know that it's not listed where it is, so I don't know. This one reminds me of the coast of the west coast of Ireland along Dingle Bay. Like when the tide goes out, then the boats kind of get stranded up in the sand. And then when the tide comes back in, they just kind of float. Anyway, that's what that reminds me of. The wood grain, look at this. Secret Sea,
I
cloud
love that
cover,
one.
white. Oh, I just love it. And then, just some cloud cover and basic beige is a common color throughout this. I'm not sure which way this goes. I really am not. Kind of has an oriental feel to it.
Yeah.
And then just a nice field. Again, this reminds me of Ireland and England, just driving along in the country. A little wintry scene, maybe? No, not really winter. At first I thought this was like ice and snow, but then I realized there's leaves on the tree, so I don't think so. I like this. This is interesting because I keep thinking about the story. When Julie and I were in Peoria, there was a demonstrator who was demonstrating. And so she was sharing a project she made with this piece of designer series paper. And she said it reminded her of going to her grandfather's house at Christmas time. And she then put a picture of her grandfather's house almost with this exact same view next to it. So I believe she made a Christmas card out of what she was showing us.
It might have been on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and maybe. And I think it was a scrapbook page,
Oh, maybe.
but a Christmas card would be very pretty.
Yeah, yeah. And I like this one too. I
I
don't know
find
what.
this to be a very eclectic kind of designer paper.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And there's this guy. And the background is that. And then there's this guy. But it's just beautiful. I mean, all of it is just because you can do so much with this. And I'm going to show you some samples before I start. Oh, let me finish the suite. That would help. So as Julie mentioned, there's a damask or damask, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, embossing folder. And I actually am using it on my project, so you'll see it in action. But it's just kind of this, again, it reminds me of Fleur de Lis, but it's not. So I'm not sure what the very kind of Victorian-ishy Renaissance. All right, some basic beige ribbon.
I
Very
love
soft.
that ribbon.
Yeah, it is, what is this? 3/8 of an inch. So it's the same width as the new in color ribbon and almost the same texture.
Oh, I find it to be very different from
Oh,
the in color ribbon. The in
okay.
color ribbon is kind of ribbed, and that ribbon is very soft and smooth.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I've
Oh.
been working on the product shares and wrapping and wrapping and wrapping ribbon.
So yeah, you know, don't you? All right, and then we have these embellishments. So these are pressed flower motifs, kind of a metal. I don't know if you can see them. Is that coming through, Julie?
Um, the detail on them,
Yeah,
mm,
not really. Okay.
not as much. I've got to find mine before I do my video. I don't know where they went.
Oh, you'll find them.
Maybe.
All
Otherwise,
right.
take
Well,
a close look.
yeah, yeah, really. So let me show you some projects before I get started. So, um, I love doing some framed art.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
So this frame has been in your dad's family. I'm not sure for how long. We actually found it when Aunt Denise passed away last year. And I actually had storybook friends. So I just took that out and wanted to put this in with the frame. That's all I did. I just cut the designer series paper and put
That's
it in.
lovely. Now, where are you going to put that?
I don't know yet.
Hmm.
I'll find a place. I
Yeah.
promise. All right. So I have been playing. So I made this card. This looked better in my head,
I
but
like
this is the
it.
back side of this, and it's on Secret Sea and Secret Sea ink. Just can you see the flowers any better on those embellishments?
Um, a little bit.
Okay. Huh. All right. This is a sympathy card that I had to make. I just made a
Oh,
duplicate for a friend of ours who passed away.
that's beautiful.
And that one that Julie and I were talking about, I just made a thank you card out of it.
I like that.
Basic beige card base, a layer of basic black, and then the image, and then a thank you for everything. Also backed in basic black.
That's nice.
So very simple, very fast. I just couldn't stop playing today. So this one is a
Oh,
swap that I got, and Shar Cooper is the demonstrator who made this, and I love Shar's work. I think she just does an outstanding job and always gets lots of oohs and ahs. For me, this tree just came. I haven't even had a chance to play with it myself, but everybody just, well, pretty much everybody just loved this. And it was one of the prizes at when we were in Raleigh at On Stage, and I tried so hard to trade mine. And then I found out afterwards on the plane on the way home, I was sitting next to a demonstrator who said, yeah, all these people were lined up and they were able to trade in their door prize
what?
and get this.
That
Yeah. So
that seems doubtful.
I
I don't
know.
know. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Usually they don't have extras, so I don't know
I
that
know.
they would be available to trade, but
Yeah.
you, like you said, you can get it now. It's called Peaceful View. It's such a pretty
Thank
stamp,
it
and
is
it's one
peaceful.
big
It is.
stamp.
It's like $20. I mean, geez. And so they just, I mean, Char stamped it in basic black on this piece of designer series paper, and it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So thank you, Char. And then this is one, this is from Jean Addis. And let's see if I can get this to open right. I always screw up. Here we go. Look at that.
Is it Joan Loomis?
Oh, yes, Joan Loomis. Yeah, Jean Addison. Never mind. Yeah, Joan Loomis. My apologies. Okay. Anyway,
Such
so
a fun
this,
card. That was part of our team swap. I got one of those too.
oh, yeah. So she used that embossing folder on some very vanilla and some mossy meadow. And she added some vellum and some extra leaves, some linen thread. Just lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. So those are the projects or the some samples to share with you. And I just realized now as I'm pulling this out, I forgot to put measurements on, but um this is flirty, not flirty flamingo. It is
Calypso
Calypso Coral.
Coral.
And so this is a standard 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. I took a smaller piece, 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I embossed this with the embossing folder. I have a piece of this designer series paper. I have some basic beige pieces. Um, this one I'm going to stamp the flower on and color it. And then I have a little square for the greeting of "You've been on my mind." So we're going to start with some stamping. So I'm going to move these things out of the way,
You're always on my mind.
which I already stamped. All right. So I'm going to bring out my black memento ink and my stamps. And I just realized too, I didn't do the inside of this card. And some blends to color. And actually, I don't need this one because I've already done it. All right. I think I probably should have re-inked this bad boy, but we will see how it goes here. And it doesn't matter since I'm die cutting this, it doesn't matter if it's centered or not. No,
Oh
you know why? I need a piece of foam underneath it. Oh, darn, Susan. I thought about it earlier and didn't get anything out. So forgive me.
no. You are
While I grab
forgiven.
a piece of foam. Ta-da! Here we go. My stamping foam. And let's try this again. I mean, this wood grained piece on my desk does have a wee bit of foam, but I guess it's just not enough for some of these bigger images.
Yeah.
So take two. All right. Say a prayer. Yay. All right. Put that away and start our coloring. Sometimes I start with the dark and then go over it with the light. Sometimes I start with the light and go over it with the dark and then back over it again with a little bit of light. But I'm starting with the dark just to do some of the veins on the leaves. Yeah, I did miss that vein quite a bit, didn't I? All right. Are you starting to like coloring a little bit more, Julie?
I mean, I don't hate it. My problem is I'm just not patient enough. And
Yeah.
then, like I don't mind coloring off camera, but on camera, I just feel rushed and
Yeah, I have felt that as well.
sometimes with coloring, like you just have to layer things and I also just want to be done with it. So so like things that are smaller, I don't mind coloring those at all. So I don't hate coloring. I
Oh,
just
right, right. You'd
not
rather not.
not a fan.
Yeah. All right. So this guy, get these out of the way. Um, I'm gonna, oh, wrong side. I want the fine tip. So I'm just gonna kind of follow along some of the shading and the outlines of the petals to kind of better define them. And there's really no right or wrong way to do this. I'm going to do this center here. I really don't mind coloring. I just feel if I'm doing it on camera, I just don't want people to like get bored watching me sit here and color. Follow this up. And these are brand new because I don't know why I didn't throw out the older ones. They were still up in my little case. And so when I was getting ready to do this and trying, I thought, oh no. Unfortunately, I had a new one.
That always happens to me. I forget to toss out the bad ones when the new ones come.
Yeah.
I think one time I accidentally tossed out the new ones
Oh no.
because I swear I ordered it and I went back to use it and it was the bad one and I didn't have another one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's sad, especially when you need it or want it.
Hmm.
I've had to change whole color schemes because
Yeah.
I didn't have a decent blend because we use them so much. Okay. Anyway, there we go. And of course, through the magic of television, I have one done.
Oh, ta-da!
All right. So we've got that one done. I also have some extra leaves I may or may not use depending on what I'm doing here. All right, and so now we're going to start doing some assembly. This is not a really difficult card to make. Oh, and I forgot the inside piece. Again, boy, I'm telling you. So Julie, I'll do an inside piece on yours. All right, let me find my bone folder. Give this guy a good crease. And I'm going to set this guy on here. And it may be somewhat subtle, I know, but it's kind of a tip that Julie mentioned several months ago, rather than embossing on this and trying to get it in and get it close to the seam or whatever, just add another layer of the same color. Give it a
Yeah, I
little
think
more
it looks more
dimension.
finished too.
I agree with you. Okay, so that part is done. And so now I am going to take this piece. This is a 3-inch piece, and I'm going to tear it. And I'm also going to tear along the bottom. So I didn't really measure this. I will measure it for description. So I'm just going to tear it again. And I find tearing towards me gives me better control over the tear. Sometimes I'll take a dauber or a sponge or whatever, and I'll sponge some ink along there. I'm not going to this time. So on my original piece, what I did is I put some extra leaves on here and laid this just right over here. But what
Nice.
I'm wondering is if I should actually add another piece of basic beige to it, or is that too much or too big?
Hmm. I think maybe a smaller basic beige piece because I feel like you cover up a lot of the designer paper, which is really
That's
lovely.
kind of what I was thinking here. So let me get my paper trimmer here and trim it down. Or I could tear it. Should I tear this too?
Ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah, let me put this back. Never mind. Never mind, paper trimmer. It just dawned on me. All right, so let me tear. So if you like this frayed edge, that's what you get when you tear it towards you. If you look the other way, if you tear it away from you or you flip it over, you get a torn edge, but without that frayed look. I like the frayed look. So like so. And I could tilt this a little bit. There. Oh, I think I like that better. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that.
Do you think it needs extra leaves?
I do like the extra leaves, yes.
Okay. All right, so let's do that. Let me glue these on. Where do I want to put them? Maybe one here. And one down here. A little bit. Okay. Then we'll add some dimensionals to this piece. And before we do anything else, let's put this on. I want just a little bit of that peeking out from this. You think straight, Julie, or angled?
Um, either one. I don't mind the ankle.
I kind of like it angled. 'Cause I think too, the part of it when I didn't use this piece, the embellishments kind of got lost on it. So this way I can put them on and they won't get lost. So like so. Yeah. We'll bring out our trusty little greeting. You've been on my mind. I can't wait to see your project, Julie.
Me too. I haven't designed, but it's on the list.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. All right, and of course, we need to do some embellishments. So where is my, well, I'll just use this one. I think I left them across the table. Oh, and I didn't cut this off the side here. Okay, so why don't we put a big guy up here? And maybe another big guy here, and a medium guy or a little guy. I guess it's little down here.
Nice. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah, perfect if I can get it off my finger. Oh no, we have one more thing.
But wait, well,
But
there's.
wait, yes,
Oh, yeah. I was thinking it needed a little ribbon.
I think so. I meant to have this tied ahead of time. Because you don't like coloring camera? I don't like making bows on camera.
Oh,
There we go. I do like this basic beige. Oh man, when they came out with it last year, I was so happy. Happy,
mhm.
happy, happy. I felt like we needed some kind of other neutral, like a almond or something, is what I was thinking at the time.
Yeah.
Because we were down in Texas and you got up before me and said, Mom, you're going to be so happy.
Mhm. You called it.
Put this bow on there. Oh, you're not sticking. All right. I wonder how old this roll of glue dots is because it is losing its sticky.
Oh,
All right. You've been on my mind. Ta-da. All right, I'm going to switch my camera back and show my card one more time.
so pretty.
Thank you. Let's see if I can do this without turning off my camera.
I believe in you. You did it.
Ta-da. So there it is. I just love this suite. I can't stop playing with it, but I better because I need to do some other things. All right, everybody, that's my project for the day. Julie, any last words of wisdom?
No, I don't think so. So excited about all these new things.
Yeah,
And we're gonna try to work through and showcase all the suites. But if you have any special requests, just leave a comment and let us know.
absolutely. We aim to please. All right. So until next Sunday, Stamping with Susan and Julie. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Mom.
Bye,
Love
Julie.
you.
Love you. Bye.